It has a strong message, though. It depends on how you want to interpret it. But I'm not here to talk about the song today. I am here to do my job, which is having ethical, philosophical, and thought-provoking discussions. Yo, 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 what's up? How you doing? I missed you. I thought I told you I missed you before. Oh my goodness, I missed you so much. Last time we got to speak with each other was on Friday. And yeah, some things happened on Friday. We eventually overcame, right? How's your mind? How's your body? And how is your soul? My name is Dennis Walu, one and only of Nigeria Info FM. And as always, I'm excited to be here with you. What are we looking at today on the sunny side? A conversation I have chosen to title, no, let me sound like the preachers. A message I have chosen to title Employees Availability Beyond Work Hours. Can we repeat that together? Everybody, employees availability beyond work hours. Now, the gospel according to work time versus your employment letter versus the organization you work for would have it stipulated that as an employee, you are expected to show up at work at a particular time and do that work up until a particular time when you close for the day and you tell everybody goodbye and you leave the office space to resume the following day. Am I right? Good. Well, it may not happen for a lot of people that way. This is because we now have some of our colleagues we may have never seen apart from when they were employed, and then you see a mail telling you there's a new joiner, or there's a new employee added to the employee payroll, and you see their passport photographs, which will make you understand that these people work remotely. What that simply means is that they have their own schedule. They're only taxed with doing certain things per day. However, nobody determines when they start doing the work and when they finish the work. But as long as they get the job done, it's fine. They're different from you who have to show up at a particular location every day or some days in the week reporting to duty. Now, as the world grows more and more connected, we find ourselves always within reach of our work emails, calls, WhatsApps, and text messages. We are running out of excuses to be unavailable. I'm unavailable. Then no, they see me. Something like that. The question is, in today's connected, non-stop world, is it acceptable to be simply unavailable? Now, we're going to commercial break shortly. I need you to know that you can join the conversation via our social media platforms. And it's even more interesting that you can watch me live. Yes, I said it. Everything happening here. You're going to see my facial expressions, my gestures, hear me talk, and also be a part of the conversation by dropping your comments in the comment section. Now on X, we are at Nigeria Info PH. Don't miss it up. At Nigeria Info PH. Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. After the break, conversation continues. Stay tuned. fan, a lover of Nigeria Info FM Port Harcourt, distance is never a barrier because you can always download our mobile app from your app store or your Google Play Store. Select Port Harcourt, listen, and be a part of all our conversations. Now, back to the conversation. Employees' availability beyond work hours. Research increasingly shows that less working hours create more accomplished, productive work. And this certainly applies to trying to work around the clock. The key to this seems to be delegation and teamwork. And this is just another reason why your team means everything. So you make sure you work with people you can trust to carry their own weight and hopefully shine while doing it. However, we've heard stories of some bosses that expect their employees to go above and beyond, spend extra time after work, show up at weekends, even when their contract states they were supposed to work during weekdays. Stay for extra hours without extra pay. Sometimes they are home and they are called upon to do an assignment, official assignment, a time meant for them to rest. Now I'm going to play you something and then we are going to look at this conversation together. It's quite funny. Something I came across on TikTok. Take a listen.
Do you have a quick second?
Yeah.
I sent you a time-sensitive email yesterday. I haven't received a response.
Well, I just got in, so I am checking my emails now. I should be responding to yours within a few minutes.
Oh, okay. So when you first got hired in orientation, they should have shown you how to download our email system onto your cell phone. This way you don't have to be at your workstation in order to receive the emails.
They did. I just opted out of that option because I don't check my email after hours.
We really, really appreciate when our team members have access to their work email just because, we get requests in 24/7 and we want to be able to be there for our clients. I hope that makes sense.
I'm not a 24/7 employee, Janet. I'm so sorry. There's just no way that you're going to have access to me after 5 p.m. If you want me to be on call and you want me to respond after hours, that's fine, but that's going to require some on-call pay or a stipend. But I'm not just going to have the email on my phone and let you have access to me whenever you want.
That is Veronica. That is an employee telling an employer clearly, if I close by 5, I don't want to be disturbed with work. I'm not going to check my mails after I'm done by 5 o'clock. I'm not going to receive official calls. I'm not going to do anything official. And now if you're going to require me to do so, then I expect some on-call pay, some stipends. So yeah, she opted out of the emailing option for her cell phone, which would have made it possible for her to always receive official mails even after work hours. I'm sure Veronica is that kind of employee who probably will see their boss's call after 5 p.m. and do like this. Pyum. They don't respond. The following day, the boss will see them and say, I called you. So, oh, really? When did you call? Oh, I called by past 6. Oh, dear. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I needed you to do this. Okay. So, you see, I close by 5 p.m. And I don't take calls from my boss or anybody in the office once it's past 5 p.m. So, yeah, I saw your call, but I wasn't taking it. I mean, some people are bold like that. But then, we have employers who expect you to labor for the company, to do all that is required. If you're expected to spend longer hours on a project, do it. Whether or not you're going to get something extra for it. Now, the employers will clearly say, even if you're giving me something extra, I will not. So when there are those that would gladly stay back, there are those packing their things to leave and saying, all right, wish you guys luck. I'll see you tomorrow. Would you term them as not being team players? Would you term them as not having the interest of the company at heart? Would you term them as being recalcitrant? Would you term them as not fit to be part of a workspace? Should employees be available 24/7, especially when it is not a 24-hour shift? You're not expected to be at work 24 hours. Now, I do a shift work, so I clearly understand what it means. I have my shift 12 noon to 3 p.m. weekdays, and then I have my weekend shifts as well. Now, between 3 p.m. up until 12 noon the next day, people will be wondering, what do you do with your time? Excuse me, I'm a journalist. And the job of a journalist is 24 hours. So you get to hear my voice for 3 hours. It doesn't mean the other many hours I'm lounging, I'm chilling, I'm on a yacht, drinking some mojitos and whatever. Well, do I have other people who are done with their shift and do not think about work until when it is time to work the next day? The answer is yes. Question number 2. Does your employer usually expect you to work beyond work hours? Let's talk. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0002. We also have 0817 923 0003. Once again, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. Send us a message on WhatsApp. WhatsApp and Telegram number is 0809 030 6416. Again, 0809 030 6416. Like I said earlier, we're live on X at Nigeria Info PH remains our X handle, and Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Go there, watch us live. Drop your comments in the comment section. Destiny on WhatsApp says, good afternoon, DDW. Please, that video is definitely my rules with work. Some employers think that because they pay us, they are our masters and we're slaves. It's a contract that states the time for work. And once that time elapses, they are no longer your staff at that point, and it's legal. Shami, I can still pick calls. But I'll definitely let you know that the time you're calling is not a working time. It's not a matter of not being team players. It's just a contract. But employees too should sometimes understand that they can still stay longer than the agreed time, and the employee should at least encourage them with some little stipends for extra time, even if it's not regularly. Thank you. Thank you, Destiny, as well. Nigeria Info, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm Opera calling from Port Harcourt.
Opera, you're welcome. Could you please be more audible and try to minimize the background noise from your end? I can hear some voices.
Sorry, I can't get it clear.
I said I would love for you to be audible and try minimizing the background noise from your end. I can hear some voices around you.
Maximizing more time.
From the beginning, but then again, please call back. All right. It's either it's the network or it's your mobile device or something is the problem. Nigerian Info, good afternoon to you and welcome.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear. What's your name?
My name is Calabo Prince.
All right, Calabo Prince, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm talking from someone that works a 9 to 5.
Okay.
I think most times employees go overboard as regards to the expectation from their staff. I think personally, for me, my contract takes 9 to 5 normally, but I see myself, doing so many official duties, even up to 7 and 8. I do it willingly because maybe I'm not as bold as the recording you just played, but I think it's something that has to be looked into because for some people, they see it as being rebellious. I think in a Nigerian setting, such person will be fired in very short time in Nigeria for any reason, because it will be seen as being maybe you have been proud or you have been, I don't know. But I think it's something that actually has to be looked into. People should respect working hours because, like you said, I mean, for me as well, when I close by 5, I have a different life out of my job, and I would like to respect that and not just walk around the clock while I'm being paid for 9 to 5.
Okay. Now, there's something called work-life balance, and it's something a lot of people have battled with over the years. In the long run, they say being available 24/7 for work can interfere with their family and personal lives and even their health. Sometimes, if you never fully disengage from work, you're likely not sleeping as well as you should be sleeping, and that very much affects your mood and your health. And a lot of us have been there, done that. But you see, Outstanding Employee of the Year, the award doesn't come cheap. Sometimes putting in the extra hours, staying back when other people are going home, having to constantly have problems in your marriage because where were you? Oh, my boss called. I see my wife. Hold on. See, I was leaving the office. I'd already started driving out. And then my boss called me. And then he said that we're expecting clients. And, we've been working on this deal for a very long time. I just had to go back into the office. And before you knew it, one thing led to the other. And see what you see when I'm coming home. You miss out on your anniversaries. You miss out on your children's sports activities or social activities. Maybe you're trying to build a relationship. I'm trying so hard not to be dramatic about this or to be, what's the word I'm looking for now? But yeah, these are some people's realities. You start to build a relationship with someone and you see this work. They tell you, oh yeah, it's your job. Since it's your job that is more important. Since you don't know how to clearly define boundaries, since you don't know how to tell your boss that work is work, and when it's not working time, you should not be disturbed. You're out on a date with your partner, and you're tapping your phone. Babe, are you here? Sorry, I need to respond to this official mail really quickly. Guy, we're having a date. Just give me a few seconds, please. Should an employee be available 24/7? Bassi from GRA. Hi, Bassi. Talk to me.
Okay, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Well, for me, it depends. Sometimes look at
Bassi, turn off your radio set, please.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes it depends on the agreement. Sometimes all these things, you have to hear human face. You put yourself into the employer shoe. Because there are some businesses, they require 24 hours. So, and I'm very sure that some of those businesses that require 24 hours, they need manpower to be there within that 24 hours. They run shifting. But sometimes again, there are some people who are so unique to the job, which their attention may be needed all the time. So, let me use the opportunity to advise to employees. We should always negotiate that part because it is very important to let the person know that see the nature of the job. You agree because from the voice of that lady, like she has not been told. So our customers they usually call to 4 hours. Your service will be needed 24 hours. So and again, there are issues sometimes you can develop from the office. They require your attention or your services. Sometimes you put yourself in the company shoe and say they needed your service that time. This is require understanding from the both parties. Thank you for that.
All right, thank you so much. Chris from LMA. Hi, Chris. Turn off your radio set, please.
Oh, yeah. All right. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Chris. How are you doing today?
I'm good anyway, Andy.
I'm good. Go ahead.
All right, in regards to the program on ground, to me, what I find out in Nigeria is when it comes to various sectors of Nigeria is that we can actually our way of life to that of the audio you just played. We don't have to go with individual, and you know the situation of this country or various sectors of Nigeria. If your boss happens to engage you after the set hour, and you have to pass a certain complaint regards to your time, maybe your time is off and you're expecting to do a particular extra time. Sometimes such excuse will lead someone to either being sacked or being suspended, irrespective of the person's legality or time off. So that is one factor. Another factor is there are some people too that even when you do not place them on such extra time, they will feel, oh, my boss didn't like me. So it all has to do with individuals. But like the audio just played, I think that is the right thing to do. When your time is off, you are not supposed to be called upon for another extra time because you have other lots to do after your time out. So it has to do with one. The problem there is individual workers, and another problem is from the employers too.
Employers.
So you can't be able to balance that as long as it can be concerned. But then if you want to come to balancing, I feel sensitization is very important to also get to the ears of employers that this is what is obtainable when a certain person's job has been concluded for the day. You have no right to try to intimidate or maybe someone who are not doing it and they decided to be so brutal and the person the next day. I think that's just what I will discover. So comparing that to the audio just play of another country, Nigeria is a different area that I think laws are not actually the concerns of everybody.
The question is how many people got employed and even signed a contract? There are people that are still employed and they were never handed employment letters.
Come again, please.
I mean, in this country, you would want to ask, how many employees signed an employment contract? And how many employees were even handed employment letters stating some of these things?
Oh, thank you. Now you are really coming in. And if a situation where an employee does not actually sign a contract paper and it has to carry it along or maybe protest over that, you discover that the person will be illegally dismissed or such person will be ruled out. And instantly, they have to get in or engage another person to work that same role without using employment paper. And nothing will be done about it, no matter how the person go about it. So how can we balance this? These are some of the things that the labor union or whatever have to come into. These people, they are due rights on employment on how to deal with employees.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris. On Facebook, just a few seconds, please. Okay, there you have it. This one is from Martins Chibo. Some employers treat their workers with no respect and regard. How would you work for a person's job that's not monthly salary job, but they'll be owing you over months, not picking up calls, not even giving you a reason for owing you that long? I don't want to mention the name of the company. And then still expect you to work extra hours. Okay. Elliot from Choba says, in some cases, employees should try and be open to work off official engagements. I worked under a female boss as a sales rep. And after work, my female boss contracted me for bedroom duties to her. Denise, I performed the bedroom duties on her and I was paid hugely and got more promotion. What did I just read? Are you making it okay for... Okay. You know what? I unhear what I just read, or I unread what I just read. Okay, whatever. Zion from GRA, welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead.
Then you have to put this scanner on our head and our brains and minds so that we'll forget what you just read.
I don't, oh my God. But it's an issue, all right? This is an issue. It is. It's a thing.
It's normal in Port Harcourt. You see that thing you just read now? It's normal. Thank God for this guy that's even coming out to expose some things about some female bodies. Some of them in Port Harcourt are just so irritating. I'm telling you the truth. Do you know when you are employed here, not the time to have an engagement later, if you want to resign, they will say, please give us 3 months notice. Is it not so? Or 2 months notice. But if this same office wants to sack you, they don't give you notice.
At all.
Instanter, please go home. Or we terminate your engagement.
Your services
here.
are no longer required.
Until we fix our country to the point that these laws start working, we'll keep having these problems. There are labor laws, and most of the clauses, they are obsolete. They are no longer compliant to present-day realities. So we need more labor facilitators that should come up with the labor environment to protect both the employer and the employees. See, a lot of people in this country will work for 30 years, go home poor. 30 years, you will go home poor. Your children will be frustrated. In fact, that is why if you go to the civil service today, most of them are inflating or deflating their age. Because they don't want to go home now. If they go home now, they will die. So we will have a proper laws. This discourse we are having today, at least 80% of the problems will be solved. That's just my candid opinion. Mrs. Zion.
All right, thank you, Mrs. Zion. Anonymous on WhatsApp says, the fact that I may not be doing anything at a particular time does not mean I'm available. Even if I don't have any specific weekend plans, for instance, it doesn't mean you are entitled to a part of or all of my weekend. And that includes if I want to use it to chill on a yacht. I can access my work emails on my phone in my Gmail, and if you send me a work email out of hours, I will ignore it. If I happen to be awake at an odd hour, I sometimes deal with work stuff. But I schedule my emails and my replies to be sent from 8 a.m. or even 9 a.m. So if you think I'll jump because I saw your email at 2 a.m., laughing out loud. I am also an employer, and I don't typically hire people who don't have a life outside of work. They have nothing to lose, and they tend to be problematic. Otisalad says the bedroom duties that person meant might just be sweeping and cleaning the bedroom. Who knows? Let's not go there. Yeah, what is to say that we don't have such things? All right. After your regular work, official, you are expected to do unofficial work. I mean, I've heard employers who ask their staff members, come to the house. Come to the house, help me hold my child. Advisors will not want to attend to us in the school premises. They'll tell us to come home. Before you know it, we went with chapter 1 to chapter whatever. And they're telling us, come and help me to go to the market. Some employers do it. You know their house for a reason. It's not because they like you so much. It's because they expect you to come back home and do extra. Beyond intimate things. Domestic stuff. So you are a secretary by day at the office 9 to 5. And over the weekend, you are the boy to your oga. And you know the funny thing? No extra money paid. Sometimes they threaten you. If you're not willing to do the job, I'll hire someone else. Jobs are scarce. You should be lucky that you have this job. But when we go back to the terms of engagement at employment, do we even have them? Let's be honest. At least, bravo to my company. We have a contract. Very voluminous, I must say. When I was handed over that stuff, it took me a week to really read and digest before I penned I penned my signature to that document. I had to understand word for word, line for line, sentence for sentence, paragraph for paragraph, and everything. And then I said, okay, I accept. With an employment letter stating what is required of me and how much I am to be paid. Are there times when we've had to do the extra? The answer is yes. Were we compensated? Maybe not in cash, maybe in cash. But definitely they won't take your time and not give you time off to replace the time taking. But you see, some companies do not do that. I know someone who has not gone on leave in years. Because for every time the person applies to go on leave, they say, no, the company needs you. Don't worry. Accumulated leave running into months. And it seems like they're just using you. Again, I ask, should employees be available 24/7? For the love of the job. Especially when it is not a 24-hour shift. Does your employer usually expect you to work beyond work hours? Good morning, Denise. Please help me with the contact of the doctor that once talked about... Oh my God. Denise, the bedroom duties was the real bedroom duties. I'm not joking here. Elliot from Choba. Elliot, I'm not saying you're joking. But what did you do? Why did you accept? That was beyond your job description. Why did you go ahead with it? Were you threatened? What did she say to you? Now we need to go on a commercial break, and when we come back, I'm sure Elliot will be able to give us his answers, and then we round off the conversation. Still the sunny side, right here on Nigeria Info FM, and we are talking employees availability beyond work hours. Stay tuned.